Welcome back to Sports Connection. Glasgow Lady Scotties in the house. Coach Kirkpatrick, and she's got three fine young athletes with her, Kayla, Jordy, and young Cynthia in the back. Lone senior. Coach, tell us about big win against Lady Spartans the other night.
Yeah, the girls competed really well Saturday. That we've been asking them to compete for 4 quarters, and as tough as that might sound, just kind of pushing through, showing some grit, some energy, attitude, and just making it last.
Did they throw water on you in the locker room yesterday? I saw them going back to the locker room with water, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Coach Kirkpatrick's going to have a wet 30 seconds here coming up.
Yeah, I should have knew when I seen them getting water after the game. It didn't click. I just thought they were actually tired. But
Cynthia, we'll start with you. Like you said, the lone senior on the squad. What's that like knowing that you are, I guess the big sister, the upperclassman, the leader of the squad, knowing you're the only one?
Well, actually, it's a pretty nice feeling, honestly, because they kind of do come for me to guidance sometimes, or come to me for guidance sometimes, and also especially because our team is so young, some of those kids are still in middle school. They're kind of just like my kids. I love them to death.
Kayla, you've been playing this game for a while. How do you feel about this year's squad, and are you all the girls kind of meshing together now and finding your places?
It was difficult to work with at first because they're just not experienced at high school at first. They're just used to people their age, but we're all meshing together now that we've been 4 games in, I think, but we're all working together and getting better at it.
Jordy, what was that win for you all? In your mind, what was the win like for y'all? It was a tough game, close game for most of the way. For you all to pull it out. How'd you feel at the end of it?
It was so refreshing. We've been it's like we've been craving this win. So when we got it, it was something off our chest. So it felt really good to get it.
So now that you all finally got that win, Kayla, how do you all build upon that as we're heading into, I believe, the last week of school, right? One more week of school, and then, tournament time over Christmas break and all that. So how do you all build upon this win and go forward?
We just can't backtrack. We have to just push each other every day at practice. We just have to realize that we're not friends on the court in practice. We have to push each other to get better and just prepare for district time and just Christmas tournaments.
Coach, would you describe this team, even though there's some youth and there's some seniority there, are they more of a physical type group, you think? Or, how would you describe them so far?
The best word I can think of is spunky. They'll get after it, and it's sometimes you'll see them kind of lax off a little bit and relax, and that's when we're telling them to keep pushing forward. If you get tired, ask for a break, but don't take a step back and just take one play off. Keep pushing forward. Saturday, that I think I've seen all 4 quarters of them doing that. We opened up with Greenwood, and I expected some first game jitters, and then we went to Logan County, and it continued. There's still a lot of stuff to work on, but we don't want to be where we need to be at right now. We're going to take small steps every game and keep pushing forward and see what we got to work with.
With the young team like you have, just how do you go about coaching them? Do you coach them hard, knowing that they're really young? Do you kind of give some leeway? How do you approach that? As a head coach.
The young kids are wrapping up their middle school season right now, so we get them when we can. They've been to the games, which has been great because they've got that experience. They're getting the experience, I should say. They're able to watch these older girls, and when their name's called, I've told them to be ready. If we need you this night, go in there and do what you can. Play a role. I stay on them, and we keep telling them, it's coming from a good place. We see what you can do. We see what your future holds. We want you to get there. We want you to meet your goals. But, at the end of the day, we love them just as hard. It's one of those things that someone had told me last year was a love-hate relationship. I was like, well, I don't hate you, but, we're going to keep pushing you forward, and then we're going to love you right after. That we see a lot of great stuff from these kids.
Cynthia, personally, this is your final ride as a high school basketballer. What is something that this season that you've mentally, maybe not said it out loud, but I want to be better at blank? What would it be?
I've said this out loud, but I want to be better at just shooting just because majority of my points do come from me driving to the basket or free throws. I want to be better at, being able to pull up from anywhere on the court, 3-point line, jump shots, and also I just, I want to be better at being a leader because, sometimes I do lack in the vocal field, but, speaking up, stepping up and speaking when is necessary. Yeah, I just like to be a leader.
Great answer.
Jordy, Kayla, for you all, you're both sophomores, right? Relatively young, in a lot of other places you don't really play varsity until you're a junior or senior, right? But you all are already getting that experience. Just knowing you all are so young as a team, does that kind of make you feel good for the future knowing like, hey, we still got, 3 more years after this. So even if, obviously we're not our best right now, but what we can be in the future is something really good.
Just looking back, I mean, we have been playing varsity since like our 8th grade?
8th grade.
Our 8th grade year. Like once it's our senior year, we're gonna be like, we're gonna have this experience and like we're just not now starting at it. We're gonna like be better and just like have that experience to know that we've been through this position before. What can we do to learn and get better at it?
Coach, you've got a sample size now. You got a little bit of the regular season under your belt. What are some things maybe that you want to work on more in the gym during practice?
Definitely defense. I've always said it. Defense always comes first. We're having a little bit of issue scoring the ball right now, but if you can hold a team on the defensive end, it'll even out. And I've even had conversations with the girls. Like you'll see teams struggling to score in some games, but if their defense increases and they pick it up on the defensive end, that's where their offense comes from. That's where your transition comes from. So defense, absolutely. And then, working to find those open shots and getting back into rhythm. Probably some out of shapeness still. We're just a couple weeks in. Once we get our legs under us, hopefully that'll start working itself out.
Jordy, for you, what is it that you love about the game that makes you just keep on coming back to the gym every day?
Definitely my team. My team makes me laugh. When you're like having a bad day, like a bad day at school, it's definitely the team. And I mean, I've been playing with like Kayla since like 4th grade. So like the chemistry, like we're just always it's always good to be with them. It's like family.
Coach, I was talking to a parent the other day and they were like, yeah, we played Glasgow Middle School and they just smoked us. For you, does it get you excited knowing that, the younger kids are coming up and they're already playing so well, knowing, hey, the future of Glasgow could and is looking bright for you all?
Oh, yeah. The middle school group, they're great, and they're very coachable. They want to get better. They want to come into the gym and learn, and they're not afraid to ask if you've watched their little clip from the night before. They'll be like, hey, Coach, you see that last night? And of course I did. But no, they're a great group of kids, and the hunger and desire they have to get better and want to play and want to grow, it speaks volumes for 7th and 8th graders, because that's some stuff that kind of lacks in today's times. Just seeing kids want to get into the gym, you won't see them out of a gym half the time. It's great to see.
Lady Scotties.
Again, congratulations on getting the win yesterday. Hope you had a nice towel to dry off afterwards.
Yeah. Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us. And can't wait to watch you all the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. More Sports Connection right after the break.